I dug this pond in my backyard in Colorado. A liner, rocks around the edge, a small solar fountain, and some fish in it. I built it for the fish. But a pond in a dry place is an advertisement, and it didn't take long for something else to read it. He was draped over the liner at the water's edge, completely still, and I assumed he was warming up in the sun. He wasn't, he was fishing, and he had already chosen the exact 3 feet of shoreline he'd come back to, on and off, for the rest of the summer. A garter snake doesn't hunt by sight, the way we'd assume. Watch the tongue. Every flick is collecting scent particles out of the air and the water, and delivering them to an organ in the roof of his mouth called the vomeronasal organ, the Jacobson's organ. Because the tongue is forked, it samples 2 points at once, which doesn't just tell him what's nearby, it tells him which direction it's in and roughly how far. He's not watching my pond, he's tasting it. Worth clearing up, because people get this wrong in both directions. Garter snakes are mildly venomous. It's real, and it's for worms, amphibians, and fish. On a human, it does essentially nothing. He is no danger to you, your children, or your dog. He also doesn't lay eggs. Females carry the young and give birth to them live in late summer. And come winter, he won't be alone. Garter snakes den communally, sometimes in enormous numbers, sometimes alongside other species entirely. And then he does the hard part, which is nothing at all. Garter snakes ambush. He'll lie motionless at the edge, head craned slightly forward over the water, and simply wait for a fish to make a mistake. I timed him at over 4 minutes without a muscle moving. I've cut this down. The real thing is close to unwatchable. And that's exactly what makes it work. Nothing about him reads as alive until the moment it matters. There, he's turning back to the water, head first, and the rest of him follows. He's committed now, and the clock has started. Everything from here happens on one breath, and that's a miss. When he does go under, he's on a clock. A garter snake can hold its breath for something like 10 to 15 minutes. That sounds like an enormous advantage. And it is, but he can't breathe water. Every underwater hunt is borrowed time, and if it doesn't work, he has to surface, reset, and start the waiting again. Most of the time, it doesn't work. I watched him fail far more often than he succeeded. Missed. Again, same 3 feet of shoreline, same angle. This time he doesn't come up empty. He can't swallow underwater, so he backs out onto the liner and takes it down in the open. Head first, so the fins fold flat. And then, finally, he breathed. One fish. That is what 4 minutes of holding perfectly still buys him. Which brings me back to those 3 feet of shoreline. He wasn't guessing. He'd tasted the water, found the one place where the fish came close to the edge, and committed to it for a whole summer. I built the pond for the fish. I think I built it for him.